subscribe to my channel. And also press this bell icon.
Start today's session with the multiple choice questions. Your first question is, in which of the following state is the black soil found? And your options are Jammu and Kashmir, B. Gujarat, C. Rajasthan, and D. Jharkhand. And your time starts now. And your answer will be Gujarat. And the explanation for this question is, black soil is mainly found in Gujarat and Maharashtra states of India. This soil is considered good for the cotton crop, so is known as black cotton soil or regal soil. Now the related theory to this question is, black soil is typical of the Deccan Trap basalt region spread over northwest Deccan Plateau and is made up of lava flows. Black soil are well known for their capacity to hold moisture. Now the next question is, which of the following is not a measure to reduce soil erosion? Your options are creating deep channel, gullies, B. contour plowing, C. strip cropping, D. planting of shelter belts. And your answer will be creating deep channels. And the explanation for this question is, gullies make it easy for the soil to get eroded by running water, which results in a bad land topography known as ravines. Chambal river basin in Madhya Pradesh is famous for such ravines or badlands. So sometimes you are asked a question that what do we call badlands, and your answer will be ravines. Now the related theory to this question is, we will know one by one that what is contour plowing, what is strip cropping, and what is growing shelter beds. So first, contour plowing. It means plowing along contour lines and steps on a slope, helping to decelerate flow of water down the hill mountains, thereby reducing soil erosion by water. So contour plowing is used in hilly areas where mountain is found. So they are plowing the, you can say they are plowing the side of the steps of hills. And the second is strip cropping, letting strips of grass grown between the crops to break the flow of air, which in turn reduces soil erosion by wind. In this, small plants like grass are grown for preventing soil erosion. Now the next is growing shelter beds. So continuous line of trees around a otherwise barren land to hold the soil from being blown away via winds also help save soil from being eroded by water, are all ways which help prevent soil erosion. And the last is denudation of the soil cover and subsequent washing down is described as soil erosion. It means that the removal of soil cover and subsequent washing it down is described as soil erosion. Now the next question is, under which of the following types of resource can tidal energy be put? Option A is replenishable, option B is abiotic, option C is human-made, option D is non-recyclable. And your answer will be replenishable. Now the explanation of this question is, replenishable resources are also known as renewable resource. Solar energy, wind energy, water, thermal and tidal energy are examples of replenish, means resources which can be replenish means remake. We can prepare it once more. Now the related to this question is, what is abiotic resource? So these are the type of resource that are derived from non-living things in the environment such as sunlight, air, etc. If you are asked biotic, then they are get from living things. Second is human made. These are also known as capital resource, which are created by humans such as money, infrastructure, etc. And the next is non-recyclable. These resources are those substances which cannot be used again in any form, means जिसको recycle ही किया नहीं जाए. Now the next question is, the Rio Convention endorsed the global forest principles and adopted which of the following for achieving sustainable development in the 21st century? And your answer will be Agenda 21. The explanation for this question is, Agenda 21 aims at achieving global sustainable development. It is an agenda to combat environmental damage, poverty, disease through global cooperation on common interest, mutual needs and shared responsibilities. Now the related to this question is, one major objective of Agenda 21 is that every local government should draw its own local Agenda 21. Now let's move on to our next question. Which of the following book includes Gandhian philosophy on conservation of resource? A. Small is beautiful. B. Our common future. C. Both A and B. And option D is none of this. And your answer will be Small is Beautiful, which was written by Sukhomajri in 1974 in his book Small is Beautiful. He presented Gandhian philosophy. Now the related theory to this question is, Gandhiji was very apt in voicing his concern about resource conservation in his words, there is enough for everybody's need and not for anybody's greed. So this statement was told by Gandhiji that यहाँ नीड के लिए सब कुछ है लेकिन किसी के ग्रीड के लिए नहीं है, क्योंकि हम लोग को जितना मिलते जाता है हम लोग और क्या जाते हैं, हमको और चाहिए. So his words means that there is enough for everybody's need and not for anybody's greed. And he was against mass production and wanted to replace it production by masses. Now the next question is, in which of the following state is the terrace cultivation practiced? So terrace cultivation is practiced in hilly areas. So you can easily tell that it is Uttarakhand, where various hills are found. Now the explanation for this question is, in hilly areas steps can be cut out on the slopes, making terraces on which terrace cultivation is practiced. Terrace cultivation restricts soil erosion in hilly areas such as Uttarakhand. Now the next question is, resources which are found in region but have not been utilized are called potential resource. So explanation is, resources which are found in a region but have not been utilized to their full potential or capacity are called potential resource. For example, Rajasthan and Gujarat have huge potential for the development of wind and solar energy, but so far these have not been developed properly. The related theory to this question is, resource surveyed and determined for utilization are called developed resource. Development of resource depend upon the technology being used to determine and exhaust their quantity and quality. Useful resource which are not being used to their complete capacity due to lack of technology are called stock. For example, hydel energy in most countries. The reserves are subset of stock which can be used with the help of existing technology. Their use has not yet begun. For example, energy of water stored in dams. The next question is, the village of Sukhomajri and district of Jhabua have shown that it is possible. Option A is to reverse land degradation, to reverse economic prosperity, to reserve water, and option D is all of this, and the answer will be to reserve land degradation. And the explanation for this question is people's management is essential for economical restoration. For example, tree density in Sukhomajri increased from 13% per hectare in 1976 to 1272 per hectare in 1992. So related to this question is Sukhomajri village is located in Madhya Pradesh. Which of the following soil are more common in Piedmont plains as Duars, Chos and Terra? So its answer will be alluvial soil. Question is, in which of the following state deforestation due to mining have caused severe land degradation? Option A is Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh. Option B is Gujarat, Rajasthan, Odisha. Option C is Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh. And option D is all of this. And your answer will be all of this. Now the next question is, indiscriminate exploitation of resource has led to global ecological crisis. Which of the following is not associated with this statement? A. Global warming. B. Ozone layer maintenance. C. Environment pollution. And D. Land degradation. And your answer will be ozone layer maintenance. Now the next question is, choose the feature which is not associated with the arid soil. So option A is, this soil develop a reddish color due to the diffusion of iron in crystalline and metamorphic rock. Option B is, in some areas the salt content is very high and common salt is obtained from this soil. Option C is, the lower horizon of the soil is occupied by conker nodules. Option D is, this soil become cultivable after proper irrigation. And your option A is correct, as this soil develop a reddish color due to the diffusion of iron in crystalline and metamorphic rock. Now the next question is in the form of correct and rewrite. So the first question is, which one of the following is an example of cultivable wasteland? Option A is cross cropped area. B. Uncultivable land. C. Barren wasteland. And D. Current fallow land. And your answer will be uncultivable land. Now the next question is, resources which are surveyed and their quantity and quality have been determined for utilization are called potential resources. State whether the statement is true or false. If false, correct the statement. So here your statement is false, as the statement would be resources which are surveyed and their quality and quantity have been determined for utilization are called developed resources. And the related theory to this question is, resources which are found in a region but have not been utilized are called potential resource. Now the next question is, forest area in the country is far better than the desired 33% of the geographical area. Answer, the forest area in the country is far lower than the desired 33% of the geographical area. Now the next question is, the black soil consists of various proportions of sand, silt and clay. The alluvial soil consists of various proportions of sand, silt and clay. So the next question is in the form of fill in the blanks. So let's move on to the fill in the blanks. So the first question is, resource on the basis of exhaustibility. Now there are given its features. So option A, solar and wind energy. We know that they are renewable resources as they will not last very long. So minerals and fossil fuels. They are non-renewable resources because they take millions of years to be replenished. So explanation for this question is the resources which can be renewed or reproduced by physical, chemical or mechanical process are known as renewable or replenishable resources. For example, solar and wind energy, water, forest, wildlife, etc. So the resources which get exhausted with the use cannot be reproduced or rejuvenated and take millions of years to form are called non-renewable resources. For example, minerals and fossil fuels. Now the next question is sustainable development encourages usage of dash energy resources, renewable energy resources. Sustainable development entails that development should take place without damaging the environment, and development in the present should not compromise with the needs of the future generations. It encourages the usage of resources which are renewable and can be replenished easily for future generations, against the usage of non-renewable finite resources which might just finish up stunting the development of our generation and others to come. Now the next question is the running water cuts through the clayey soil and makes deep channels. This is called gully erosion. Now the next question is complete the following table with the correct information with regard to types of resources. Biotic, A. Forest. Water, abiotic resource. Explanation: biotic resources are obtained from the biosphere and have life, such as human beings, flora and fauna, fisheries, livestock, etc. All those things which are composed of non-living things are called abiotic resources. For example, rocks and metals. Now the next question is dash soil is found in the river deltas of eastern coast, and your answer will be alluvial soil. This is the most widely spread and fertile soil. These have been deposited by three important Himalayan rivers, the Ganga, Indus and Brahmaputra, all of which flow towards the eastern coast of the country. Now you have to match the column. So the first question is match the following terms from column A with the explanation from column B. So your first is Bangar. First is Bangar. We all know that it is a name for old alluvial. Khadar. It is a name for new alluvial soil. C. Ragar. It is the another name of cotton soil. Fallow land. Arable land left without cultivation for more year or more. Now the next is as the following is the Club of Rome advocated resources conservation. It took place in 1968. After that, Gandhian philosophy presented in Small is Beautiful. It was written in 1974. Can you tell me who wrote the book Small is Beautiful? Its answer will be Sukhomajri. Now the next question is Bradant Commission Report on Sustainable Development 1987. Earth Summit Rio de Janeiro 1992. Now the time for very short answer type questions. The first question is give one example of the main commercial crop cultivable in laterite soil. The answer will be tea and coffee. So your next question is classify resource on the basis of exhaustibility. On the basis of exhaustibility, resource can be classified as renewable, non-renewable resources. Now the related to this question is renewable resources. These are resources which can be replenished over a period of time. Example, solar energy. Non-renewable resources. These are resources that cannot be removed, renewed, and are available in limited quantities. Example, coal. Your next question is highlight the importance of contour plowing. Contour plowing helps in the prevention of soil erosion caused by the wind and water. Now the related to this question is contour plowing is a method of tilling and plowing hillsides or slopes land along the contour lines. The next question is read the features of the soil and name the related soil. First, the soil ranges from red to brown in color. It is arid soil. Question number 2 is it is generally sandy in texture and in saline. So its answer will be sandy soil or arid soil. 3. It lacks humus and moisture. So its answer is arid soil. Now the next question is degradation of land is a cause of worry. Give one reason to support the statement. And the answer will be degradation of land is cause of worry because it can cause ecological imbalance. Now the next question is give an example of community owned resources. Answer: village grazing grounds, public parks and picnic spots. Explanation of this question is there are resources which are accessible to all the members of a community. Now the next question is how is overgrazing responsible for land degradation in Gujarat? Overgrazing is responsible for land degradation in Gujarat because the extensive grazing for long and repeated periods leaves less time for proper vegetation to grow and thus the land and its soil particles are left loose, thereby degrading the overall quality of the land. Now the related to this question is overgrazing refers to what happens when livestock feeds on pasture to the point where there is no vegetation left. Now the next question is conservation of resource is vital for development. Give one example regarding the statement. And your answer will be conservation of resource, afforestation, water treatment. Now the next question is how are mining activities responsible for land degradation in Jharkhand? And your answer will be mining activities are responsible for land degradation in Jharkhand because mining sites are abandoned after the excavation of work is completed, leaving deep scars on the land. The related theory to this question is to get rid of this land degradation, proper management of wastelands and control of mining activities need to be initiated. Now the next question is water is a compound of two inflammable gases, hydrogen and oxygen, which can be used as a rich source of energy. However, we do not have the required technical know how to use them for this purpose. What kind of resource can these gases be put in? The gases can be put in the stock resource. 34th question is which soil is the most retentive of moisture? Black soil retains the most moisture. Explanation is black soil are made up of extremely fine clay material which helps them absorb more water. Now the next question is highlight the reason for the land being known as the utmost important natural resources. Land is known as the utmost important natural resources because all economic activities are performed on land and it also supports natural vegetation and wildlife. Explanation for this question is land is important as a resource because most of the minerals are found on land and it is also used for transportation and communication. Now it is a passage. From this you have to write the answer. So the first question is read the details given in the source above and identify the kind of soil whose features have been mentioned. So its answer will be black soil. And the explanation for this question is black soil is also known as regular soil or cotton soil as it is good for cultivation of cotton crop in the states of Maharashtra and Gujarat in India? Which type of soil is most suitable for growing the crop of cashew nuts? Soil for growth of cashew nuts, red laterite soil. Now here a topper's answer is given. Classify resource on the basis of origin. First, we know that on the basis of origin, resources are classified into two types, biotic and abiotic. So we will know about abiotic, without life, example sun and water. So you can see that how to write the answer. We simply what we do that we will write that resource which are obtained from biosphere. But look, it's you have to use your sense to answer that 1 marks question. So they simply wrote that without life, example sun and water. So and in biotic resource they wrote that derived from organic materials without life. And in biotic resources they simply wrote derived from organic materials with life, example humans, plants. So the next question is, favorable condition for wind energy exist in Western Rajasthan and Gujarat, but they have not been utilized and developed to a maximum. It falls in which category of resources? And your answer will be wind energy received in Western Rajasthan exists as potential resources. Now the next and the last question is, which type of soil in India is most widespread and important? So we all know that alluvial soil is the most important and widespread soil. So here your 1 marks question ends.
Hey there. Subscribe to my channel. And also press this bell icon.